Hey everybody, welcome back to an episode of The 3 Count. I'm War Machine MJ, the greatest second place champion.
And I'm Rodimus Prime.
And we're here today to talk about the network stuff.
WWE Network content from last week.
Yes, from last week.
It was from September 10th and 11th. NXT UK 205 Live and NXT.
You know how we do it on this edition of 3 Count. We go from worst to best and we pick out match of the week.
Yes.
So let's go ahead and start with the worst one. I feel like NXT UK was the worst one.
Yeah, NXT UK was kind of I guess.
Well, okay, I shouldn't say worst. None of them were terrible episodes. It was just kind of...
It was kind of chill.
Yeah.
But like he said, we're going to start off with NXT UK Imperium. They kicked off the show. Basically, you know, out there cutting a promo, so on and so forth.
One thing we will talk about before we move on from it, because, you know, they basically talked about, you know, their mission statement, how they're going to keep the ring sacred. You know, they tore apart British Strong Style.
Yeah.
But when Alexander Wolf got the mic and was going to speak, the crowd just kept chanting sanity.
Yeah, I noticed that.
I thought that was just terribly classless.
Well, I mean, he was in a group and they really did nothing with him. I'm not going to sit here and say that I liked it, but...
well, I mean, still, the dude's trying to move on.
Yeah.
You don't want to chant Husky Harris at Bray Wyatt, even though he's in the middle of one of the best things going for him right now.
True. I understand your point. But anyway, like you said, they went out there and basically ran down their usual mission statement. Then afterwards, Danny Jones and Harry Green came out there to basically get an ass whooping from Imperium.
Yeah, from Imperium's own Marcel Barthel and Fabian Eichner.
Who, again, as we continue to iterate, are a license to print money. No need to say much here. Imperium basically got the W.
Next, we had an announcement for next week's episode of NXT UK. It would be Cassius Ohno taking on British Tom Hanks, Sid Scala in a British rounds match.
Now, later on in the show, they mentioned the rules of this British rounds match. I didn't write down all the rules, or basically write down any of them. It's like, what, 6 3-minute rounds?
I believe it's 6 3-minute rounds. 2 decisions must be made to win a round.
Yeah.
And decisions are, of course, any of the other decisions. You know, pinfall, submission, knockout, I think disqualification.
Yeah.
Yeah. All the usual ways you can score a win.
And you had made a comment where you said it reminded you of what TNA did.
Yeah, with their grand championship.
Yeah. Where it was like, what, 3
3-minute rounds, and at the end of the 3 minutes, if nothing happened, it went to a judge's decision.
Yeah, they had a bunch of fake-ass judges out there, and it was just stupid. It was one of the dumbest things that they could have possibly done. But anyway, next week, Scala, Ono, British rounds match. Then we move on to Jordan Devlin, the Irish Ace, taking on Ashton Smith.
Yeah, the story of Ashton Smith is he has yet to get the W in NXT UK.
Which is facts, because, you know, people can go out there and whoop all day, but he's always whoop to the losing line.
Honestly, I forgot about him. Like, when he came back a couple weeks ago, I was like, who?
Yeah, it's just weird, but the Irish Ace is on a roll. He got the W against Ashton Smith.
Yeah, he got the win with the devil inside.
Yeah, I do like that name.
That's a good name.
That's an awesome name. Whoever came up with that name, thank you.
Next, we had the in-ring return of Tegan Knox. Of course, you know who Tegan Knox is. She basically blew out her knees on recorded TV during the Mae Young Classic. Yeah. You know, the second turning.
Yeah. And she took on Shax.
That's still a hard spot to watch.
Yeah, the last time she did that, she took on Rhea Ripley.
Took on Rhea Ripley, tope through the ropes, and that's where she blew out both of her knees.
Yeah. Well, didn't she blow out the first one, and then the next year blow out the second one?
No. She blew out her knee the first year, because the first year she was going to be in it.
Yeah, that's what I'm asking.
She blew it out prior to the tourney.
Yeah.
And then they did one last year.
Yeah.
Last year she blew out both knees in the middle of the tourney, and they were going to have her win the whole damn thing.
Poor girl.
Yeah.
Poor girl. I literally wanted to cry because just watching her, like, as soon as she landed, I was just like, I see why many people don't want to wrestle. Like, I see what they go through. Because that's a tough thing to watch. Blowing out your knee, tearing your ACL,
Or destroying your leg off a top rope kick.
Jesus Christ. We won't even discuss that.
Anyway, but Tegan Knox was taking on Shax, and she put her away in short order.
I think I've asked you this before, but what do you think of Shax?
She's alright, nothing I can write home about.
Yeah.
She's cute, but hadn't seen anything
overly impressive.
Yeah, anything in her ring work, because she just keeps getting destroyed after destroyed after destroyed. Well, she's only made 2 appearances, but you go what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Anyway, Tegan Knox put her away with the shiniest wizard. Afterwards, they're jumping straight into this one. Kaylee Ray, the new NXT Women's Champion.
Yeah, the new UK Women's Champion came out there, basically got on the mic and said, whoa, whoa, whoa. Just because you're back, that don't mean nothing. You saw what I did to Toni Storm. The same thing I do to her, I'm going to do to you. So you get in my way, you see what happens. And Tegan Knox was just like, look, ain't nothing but time, space, and there. Let's do it right now. And basically, Kaylee was like, you want to do it right now? Not right now. We'll do it on my time.
Yeah, I guess while we're on this subject, NXT UK is going to be losing a bunch of their power players. They're losing Pete Dunne, Rhea Ripley, and of course the aforementioned Toni Storm.
Yeah, as of this recording, Triple H did a media call. He was being asked about NXT on the USA Network, which will premiere this Wednesday. And he did mention that Pete Dunne, Toni Storm, and Rhea Ripley will all be in NXT as of right now for the foreseeable future.
Yeah.
So they're just going to be doing some stuff for a while down there.
Yeah.
Next, we move on to Noam Dar and his press conference.
Oh, this should be a template of what Fox is going to do for their press conferences.
Yeah.
Like if they start doing post-match press conferences like New Japan, this is where they start.
Yeah. Basically, he just got on the mic and said, what all did he say?
Now, he said that he held this press conference to share the news with everyone that he's awesome. Supernova 11 is the best thing going for NXT UK.
Yeah. And then who comes to interrupt his press conference? None other than Trent Seven.
Trent Seven, yeah. He's given Dar the business for hosting a press conference to talk about how great he is. He gets a phone call, which apparently his ringtone is his own entrance theme.
Yeah.
Yeah. He gets a call from 205 Live General Manager Drake Maverick, where they're talking about Dar, and you hear Trent Seven said, "You don't want him? Well, we don't want him either."
Yeah. And then he just walks off like, "Okay, press conference done.
Yeah.
I'm done. I'm going home."
Noam Dar bails on it, and Trent Seven's like, "Who does that? Hold their own press conference and bails."
Yeah, that's basically it. And then in the main event, we had the NXT UK Tag Team Championships as the grizzled young veterans, the former champions now, were challenging the new champions in Mark Andrews and Flash Morgan Webster.
Yeah, after they had lost their belts at TakeOver, they pleaded with Johnny Saint to get their rematch, and Johnny Saint granted them that, and this was a bang-up match.
This was pretty damn good. I mean, the triple threat that they had at the last TakeOver show, including Gallus, those three teams just tore it up. But this was no different. Basically, Andrews and Webster won on their very first defense, so they still remain your tag team champions, and that's pretty much how we ended the show. Yeah.
Next, we move on to 205 Live, where we kicked off the show. Okay, sorry. we kicked off the show with tag team action as Akira Tozawa and Brian Kendrick finally got their match with Jack Gallagher. But Gallagher wasn't coming alone. He said, well, I finally find a like-minded individual who's got no problems tagging up with me. Enter Kushida.
Yeah, that was a pretty big shocker. Brian Kendrick did not look happy about that.
To be honest, I felt bad for Kushida when they announced him because half that crowd just did not give a
Well, I mean, basically they had to sit through 2 hours of SmackDown, then the night prior they had to sit 3 hours of Monday Night Raw.
And they were just going to sit through the end of 205 so they can watch The Fiend in action.
Right? But anyway, he killed the B team in that dark match.
Yeah.
Anyway, but getting back to this match, this was alright.
This is a pretty good match. I'll give it that.
Yeah, Kushida and Jack Gallagher ended up getting the victory.
Yeah, with the Sakuraba lock.
Yep. Next, we move on to the main event. This was basically just 2 matches on the show. It was, I thought it was just going to be a regular tag team match, but
no, yeah, it was because it was going to be.
It was going to be Humberto Carrillo.
I'm sorry, I have this. Humberto Carrillo and Lince Dorado, of course, taking on Drew Gulak and Tony Nese. However, they were jumped by Arya Daivari.
Yeah.
And Grand Metalik threw himself in there, so it became a trios match.
Yes. This was good.
Yeah, this was a really good match. You see where you put Lucha House Party.
Yeah, because Grand Metalik ran down.
Yeah.
Like I said, I thought it was just a regular tag team match till Arya Daivari ran down. So, I mean, it turned out to be a decent 6-man.
Yeah.
But Lucha House Party and Humberto Carrillo got the victory.
Yeah.
Next, go ahead.
It was a bang-up match. Next, we move on to NXT, where, we start the show off with Rhea Ripley showing up in the arena.
Yeah, she looks like she was going to handle business as she always does.
Yeah, then we got video package.
Yeah.
Then we kicked off in-ring action with Damian Priest.
Yes.
The Archer of Infamy.
Yeah, he took on Boa.
Now, I did like the reception Boa got. It wasn't like, oh my God, we all know who you are. It's, oh hey, nice to see you again.
Yeah. And Damian Priest is just like, okay, we know who that guy is. We like to watch him.
Yeah. Of course, Damian Priest put away Big Bad Boa with the, it was the whirlwind kick into, what was it?
Kind of like a backwards crossroads.
Yeah, he does crossroads. I forget what he calls it though.
Me too.
Yeah.
It's on the tip of my brain, but he got it done. Boa, I thought he had an okay showing. I mean, he could still be polished up a bit, but I thought he was all right.
It was a bit better than his match against Jordan Miles.
Yeah. But like we said, Damian Priest got the victory as he continues to climb up the ranks in NXT.
Yeah, they're building him like a juggernaut, man.
And they're doing it the right way. The Velveteen Dream. Let's talk about him. Now,
the Velveteen Dream.
Or should we say the North American Dream?
The North American Dream experience.
Yes. As of this recording, we all know that NXT will debut on the USA Network this Wednesday. The Velveteen Dream will defend his North American Championship against 1/4 of the Undisputed Era, Roger Strong. Roger Strong has basically been trying to play mind games. Last week on NXT, he burnt his couch.
Yeah.
And Velveteen Dream was just like, now I got to spend a buku amount of money just to buy me a new couch.
Yeah.
Like, what the F? What the F?
Yeah, these old boys are going to be a part of the first hour on USA TV.
Yeah, the second hour will be on the WWE Network. And this is just for the first 2 shows, the 18th and the 25th. But the Velveteen Dream has basically said, come this Wednesday, dream over.
Yep, dream over.
Next, we move on to Johnny Gargano. And boy, what a reception he got.
Oh, yeah, the fans were just eating it alive. Like, he didn't even get a chance to talk. That's how good it was.
Yeah, because all you heard was, thank you, Johnny. Thank you, Johnny. That's pretty much it.
Anyway, yeah, he basically gave the, oh, I love NXT, it's so great, blah, 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 blah. Then out comes Mr. Flex All Day, Shane Thorne.
Yeah, with a bunch of with his six-pack and his tattoos everywhere.
Honestly, if I looked like that, I wouldn't need a shirt. No homo, but he looked good.
No homo, he had a very nice physique.
Anyway, yeah, he basically interrupted Johnny and said, nobody cares, who gives a crap, go on, get out of here.
Yeah, and Johnny, he was like, you know what, you're right. NXT is going to be fine, but I've made my decision. Wham!
Yeah, he lays him out, and he basically said, the phrase call-up is dead.
Yeah, because
NXT for life.
So he said he's basically staying put.
Yeah.
And I would definitely be interested in the match between those two.
Yeah.
It'd be pretty damn good.
I feel like they're gonna build NXT around Gargano.
Why wouldn't you?
I mean, that's money right there. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just saying I feel like that's what's gonna happen.
Yeah. I mean, NXT with the way it's being shifted to USA and all that stuff. I mean, it's like building a football team around a certain person.
Yeah, around Tom Brady.
Anyway, we'll move on.
You can't deny the facts. Brady's one of the best players in the NFL.
Well, yeah.
Even I know that.
Yeah, he still says he wants to play till he's 45.
I mean, he might as well.
Oh, yeah.
He hasn't rode the pinch lately.
Oh, yeah. On the verge, possibly, of winning his 7th Super Bowl, but I digress. Yeah. Anyway, the Forgotten Sons had a video package basically stating that they will be forgotten no more. And I wish they stayed forgotten. Next, we move on to the Bruiserweight, Pete Dunne taking on Angel Garza, and this was a pretty damn good match.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, you marked out when Angel Garza took those pants off.
I hate when he does that. I hate when Tai Chi does that shit too.
Oh, come on. You know you love that gimmick.
Jesus Christ. Anyway.
Yeah, this was a great match. Angel Garza really good in the ring. Of course, you know how we feel about Pete Dunne, the Bruiserweight.
Yeah, and like I said, it was Saturday when we arrived here in Orlando. Yeah. The one thing that bothered me, or the one thing that bothers me about Pete Dunne, or the way they end his matches, is like when he wraps his legs around his opponent's arm and he breaks their fingers and they tap out.
Yeah.
That kind of bothers me. That's annoying to me. Like, why don't they just give him a submission move instead of just a bitter end? I just don't find that amusing. And he just looked at Angel Garza like, you know, whatever. Sorry.
I'm sorry. That was
what?
I was reading more Oni Lorcan tweets.
Oh God.
That man is a joy to follow.
Pete Dunne got the win by submission. The Street Profits. They were in New York. As we said, Monday Night Raw and SmackDown were in NYC at Madison Square Garden. They basically called out Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish and said they want a rematch for their tag team championships.
On USA TV.
Yeah, and they were trying to find a way to get to Madison Square Garden. They stopped some guy. No, Montez Ford stopped some guy and said, hey, I don't mean to bother you, but where's the quickest way to Madison Square Garden? The guy was like, it's that way. He was like, okay.
It almost looked like they stopped somebody.
Yeah.
It wasn't like a plane. It was like a legit civilian.
Yeah, and Angelo Dawkins was like, we're on this big rock.
Do we jump down or we walk?
Yeah, we'll just go that way.
We'll just go that way.
Yeah. But, yeah, they're calling out the Undisputed Era. They want a rematch for those belts. Raul Mendoza, he took on Cameron Grimes.
Yeah. Yeah, Cameron Grimes sporting a new look. They likened it, on commentary, they likened it back to the old carny days of wrestling.
Yeah, I like the look. I mean, it kind of fits him.
Yeah.
Compared to his gimmicks in Impact, TNA, whatever you want to call it. But, I think he'll be an up-and-coming player in NXT. I think both guys will try to find their footing once NXT goes to USA Network.
Yeah, if they get Raul Mendoza out of the enhancement talent slot.
Oh, boy.
That's all they use it for.
Yeah, but Cameron Grimes ended up getting the victory. And the main event, we had the Mosh Pit Kid herself, Rhea Ripley, taking on
the Queen of Spades, the Submission Magician, the NXT Women's Champion, Shayna Baszler. No horsewomen in tow.
Yeah, Shayna basically got the job done. By disqualification.
Well, I wouldn't say all that. Yeah, this match was pretty good. It was mostly Shayna, reverting to her old tactics, but Rhea Ripley being, a step smarter and a step stronger, just outpacing her and outmaneuvering her at every turn. Just basically frustrating her. Of course, the horsewomen show up to get involved.
Yeah.
With a chair in tow. They didn't really get involved. They just kind of served as a distraction. So Shayna Baszler picks up the chair, goes to strike Rhea Ripley. Rhea wrenches the chair from her hand, and then she busts it over Shayna's back, just beats the tar out of her.
Well, you know what? With the usage of chairs in WWE, you might as well just bring back Extreme Rules. Or whatever the case may be.
Are you talking about the pay-per-view? Because the pay-per-view's already here.
I don't know. It's like I said, with the usage of chairs, you might as well do something.
Yeah, anyway. One thing we glossed over earlier in the night.
Candice LeRae.
Candice LeRae was going up to William Regal's office, basically complaining that, or not really complaining, but just basically asking him if he was out of his mind because Io Shirai is pulling all these unnecessary tactics, beating people up, beating up Candice, and she gets a title opportunity. So Regal's just like, how about next week I make the triple threat a fatal four-way?
Mm-hmm.
And if Rhea Ripley wins, it will be a five-way.
That'll be interesting, but unfortunately for Rhea, she did not win.
No.
So it's going to be a fatal four-way. Candice, Io, Mia Yim, and Bianca Belair.
Yeah.
I'm picking Candice.
Well, it's implied that Candice is in there, even though William Regal did not say she's in there.
Yeah, but more than likely she'll probably be in there.
Yeah, she will.
Yeah, like I said, I'm picking Candice. So that's basically it.
Okay, yeah. Sorry, I was trying to figure out what was going on with those New Japan photos.
Oh, Minoru Suzuki's basically taking Liger's mask.
Oh,
He's
no.
still trying to get a match with him.
Oh no, he took his mask.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Anyway, that being said, you know what time it is. If you hate his ugly ass opinions but love his face, you're not going to get to see it because he has a podcast now.
Yes, Castbox. On the Castbox app, it's Prime Talk with Rodimus Prime.
Look at you botching your own plugs.
Hey, at least I didn't say PodCloud or Soundbean. I'm still tripping off that, by the way.
I mean, it was hilarious.
It was.
I'm just watching you mess up your own plug.
Yeah, Prime Talk with Rodimus Prime on the Castbox app. All eight episodes are up.
I can mess it up because it's not my plug.
That is true.
So I mean, did you not catch that I said, hate your ugly ass opinions but love your face?
I did.
Yeah.
I did.
See, I can mess it up on purpose. Anyway, that being said, as 3 Count, the network edition of 3 Count, I'm Vacation Machine MJ.
And I'm Vacation Prime.
I would say Downtime Roddy Prime.
Okay.
That being said, we are the 3 Count Mafia, even though it's just 2 of us for this vacation, and we'll see you guys next time.